What's going on, guys? It's your boy R3 coming at you with a brand new video. And today, we're going to be doing a video, well, I'm going to be doing a video on my predictions for the wild card round and how did it turn out, and also my prediction for my unbiased predictions for the divisional round. So, let's just start getting into this quick. I hope everybody has been having a great NFL playoffs, and I'm just really going to hop into it. This is going to be uncut, unedited. I'm just going to be yapping this whole time. So if you enjoy yapping, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to get more. All right, so starting with the Houston versus Cleveland game. If I'm being 100% honest, I was really nervous. Let me keep it frank. I am a Texas fan, so my mindset going into this game is that their defense has been really good. This was probably a week before the game started. Their defense is really good. Um, it's going to be really hard to beat them because I didn't know how great our offense was going to play against a top tier defense. We played against them a couple weeks before that, but we obviously didn't have CJ Stroud. And oh my God, CJ Stroud. Gosh, I'm so glad that Texas wanted him. I wanted him. I did not want Bryce Young. No offense to Bryce Young. He's not going to see this anyway, but I don't like short quarterbacks. So going into the NFL draft, just to give a little history, I was really looking into who was there, who was the main three guys, because we needed a quarterback bad. It was C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and um, what's the name, Bryce Young. Now, I watched C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson combine. I don't think Bryce Young did a combine. I believe he did just a camp in Alabama. But I watched the not the what's the name, the combine. Now, Anthony Richardson, his numbers and stuff like that, it looked amazing. I mean, anything outside of throwing the ball, it was phenomenal. He was fast, athletic, especially in today's league where you want that kind of dual threat quarterback. Lamar Jackson, the world, stuff like that. He was very enticing, but I didn't want him, and simply because I just felt like C.J. Stroud threw the ball effortlessly, so good, so good. So I was a big fan of C.J. Stroud. I wanted him. I really, really, really did, and I was so happy. I was scared that the Panthers were gonna get them, but knowing that organization, I wasn't too worried. So it was a beautiful thing. I'm so happy with CJ Stroud. I love him, bro. He's literally so good. To me, he's the best quarterback drafted since Aaron Rodgers. It's not even. I was saying this since week 2, week 3. He just has the intangibles. He's smart. Obviously, he reads the defense really, really good. He does not panic under pressure. All the things that you want we're talking about a legacy quarterback. We're talking about a top 5 quarterback when it comes to how he could produce in the NFL, and can he be a top 5 quarterback that has ever played this game. He has everything that you're looking for. The clutch gene, the does good under pressure. He doesn't care. He goes out there and he plays his way, and he's an effortlessly great thrower. So back to what I was talking about. Going into this game, I really just was really nervous about that defense. Not because I think CJ Stroud was going to get turnover, but I thought it was going to be hard for us to drive down the field. Tank Dell was out. Noah Brown is out. Some of our defensive guys, I believe, were beat up. And it was just scary. And they've been hot. And when you're going against a hot team and everybody's talking like they were supposed to be Baltimore, I didn't really believe that. But they were one of the best teams in the NFC. They were better than us. They were simply better than us. But the good thing that I had going with us was that Joe Flacco throws a lot of picks, and he also he's not he might be doing good now, but they weren't playing good teams. Like they weren't playing some excellent teams. I wish I should have had it already pulled up, but they weren't really playing. You know what I'm saying? Um, the end of the season they were playing like the Steelers and stuff like that. They didn't really play no comp. So I was really I'm finna go to it right now to show what I'm talking about. So, like, the Bengals didn't have a quarterback. The Steelers, they lost to the Steelers. They stink. Oh, no, that's the beginning of the season. Where's the end of the season? No, yeah. Because they played, wait. Nah, yeah. Here we go. This is the end of the season. So, this is when Lamar Jackson was gone. After this game, when they came back, when Lamar Jackson went perfect in the second half, that's when they were gone. They played the Steelers. They beat the Steelers. They lost to the Rams, the Broncos, who the Broncos were hot. They beat the Jaguars, who suck. They beat the Bears, who suck. They beat the Texans with no quarterback. They beat the Jets. They trash, and they didn't play nobody in the thing. So I really wasn't feeling the hype after I did research. But in the beginning, when I first realized that that's who we were playing, I was really like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I truthfully thought we was gonna lose. And just if you are a Texans fan and you understand that organization, you understand years of being a fan of them, they just always do something stupid. We were up by over 20 points against Mahomes in the playoffs, and we shit the bed. Just to put it that simple, we shit the bed. So, being a Texans fan, knowing the history of the organization, I was just scared. I didn't want to get my hopes up, but let me tell you, we dominated. Domination. I was texting all my friends, all my loved ones, all this type of stuff who I talked to about football. Straight domination. It was one of the best. It was probably the best game I have ever watched as a Texas fan in periods of happiness and joyfulness. Strictly off of that, and it was wonderful. I didn't really have. I was scared. I knew we could beat them, but I was scared that we were going to lose because they're just a good team. So it was fun to see that matchup. Next to the next one, obviously Houston won, which is brilliant, and I was super happy. Next matchup, Kansas City versus Miami. I didn't even really want to watch the game, to be honest. I knew Miami was going to lose. They're trash. They're not good. They just weren't good. They didn't beat no good teams. When you don't beat comp and you play comp, it's not like you ain't play comp, so you didn't really have the chance to play them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles or the Cowboys during that stretch of the games before they actually started playing comp, we realized who's the good team and who's the bad team. When you don't play no comp on your schedule, I do not look at you in any way. Truthfully, the same reason I felt about Detroit. They played Kansas City week one. They beat them. That was a great game. I was like, dang, they're, you know what I'm saying? They're good or whatever. When you're not playing comp, I can't put you on that level. And Miami played comp and was losing. I think they beat one 500 team, one team over 500. That's not good. It's not good at all. So I didn't think Miami was going to win. And the game was on Peacock, which is just trash. I have Peacock, and I just didn't want to do it. Didn't want to watch it simply because I just hate money hungry organization, bro. Like, just keep it on the local networks. Everybody should get a chance to watch it. And it was allowing, as much as they broke the records for most views streamed event, blah blah blah. It still was the least. Excuse me, my list is coming out. Hold on. The least watched football playoff game the entire wild card weekend. So obviously, don't do it. But we'll see. Money talks. Um, Buffalo versus Pittsburgh. I thought the Bills were gonna win. I am a huge Josh Allen fan. Josh Allen is my favorite quarterback other than C.J. Stroud in the league. He has been my favorite quarterback since he was drafted in 2018. And I love Josh Allen. I think he's one of the most overhated players in the league. But hey, I'm just biased. And I knew they were going to dominate Pittsburgh, which they did. It became a good game in like the third quarter or whatever, but it was pure domination in the first half. It became a good game, but I feel like if you was watching that game, you knew that the Steelers weren't going to do nothing, and they didn't. So for ASC, I rank this probably I'm gonna give it a B plus simply because I'm a Texas fan and they absolutely dominated. It was a B plus on pure watch. I watched the Bills and the Houston game. I did not want to watch Kansas City game. I knew they was gonna blow them out anyway. Let's get to the NFC. Tampa Bay versus Philly. I was going for Tampa Bay. I have a lot of people in my family who are Eagles fan. I tell them all the time that they stink because they do. That organization is, bro. The Eagles should have been a what's it called? Excuse me. They should have been a they should have had been a dynasty since the 90s. They should have dominated. I don't know how many Super Bowl championships they had in the last 20, 30 years, but they should have at least 4 or 5. That teams have always been good. Elite teams, man. Even what's on the roster is elite this year. They are just trash. They overreacted when they lost. Who they lose to? Was it the Cowboys they lost to? When they switched old boy into the defensive coordinator for no reason whatsoever. It's like they just do stuff like that. It's very frustrating. Like this team should be good. It's like a team that we're gonna talk to. I talk about. You already know who I'm talking about. But their team should be good. They just lose. It's really annoying. And I knew they were gonna lose because they weren't good at 10-1. Like, I know a lot of people have already said this, but it is true. They were barely beating not good teams. Let's go to it. Let's check it. They were barely being not good teams. So it wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, I think the Eagles are gonna make it back to the Super Bowl. No, I didn't. I bet my cousin that they were gonna get out the first round, which they did not, because I've been doing this. They started 10-1, 25-20 to the Patriots, 34-28 to the Vikings, 25-11. That was a good win, but that's against the week 3 Bucks. I mean, and then you beat the Commanders by 3 points. You beat the Rams. You lose to the Jets. You beat Miami, but we know how Miami performs against good teams. You barely beat the Commanders again by a touchdown. You barely beat the Cowboys. You barely beat the Chiefs. You barely beat the Bills. And look at that. You lose your last 5 out of your 6, and the only win you get is against the Giants, and then you lose against them by 17 on week 18. You're not going to do anything, and you're losing games. See how you barely win games, and then when it comes down here, you get dominated by the 49ers, who expose your whole team. It exposes the simplicity that you can play against the Eagles because their offense is so lackluster when it comes to how do you call plays and how do you execute. Just my personal opinion. I'm not a football genius, but that's just what I see because I watch the Eagles games. You get dominated by the Cowboys. You barely lose to the Seahawks, and then you get a win against the Giants. Congratulations, and then you lose against the Cardinals. Against the Cardinals, and you're supposed to be a team that's going to go on a deep run. A team that just went to the Super Bowl last year. Nah, they were finished. I expect major changes when it comes to coordinators and stuff like that against the Eagles, but we'll see. Knowing that franchise. So yeah, like saying all that to say, I saw the Eagles were going to lose this game, not because I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are so good. It's just that when a team is so trash and they have so much hype, they become worse. Especially when they play against teams they should have beat. We saw that against another team that I'm going to talk about at the end. So when you're going against Philadelphia, I mean, when you go against a team that has a great defensive coordinator like Todd Bowles, who is a genius and who knows how to blitz against that O line, has been playing so bad. I feel bad for Kelsey, who has been playing so bad, and against an offense that is so one dimensional, simple. I should have had film already ready, but they had did a 4 verticals route against a empty blitz. So that means that you're relying on a 3rd and 2. I believe it was either a third down. It was a short yardage down for sure. And they do a blitz against an all-out blitz. You run verticals route against man coverage, and the safeties weren't even pressing. And you don't even have a person like Antonio Brown. You have old boy, not Swift, but the other boy. You have him, but it's not like he's a big wide receiver that that he's more of a surgical wide receiver. I mean, I'm not a football god, but I'm just saying from my opinion. You have somebody that is a route runner who can get over, who can and get out. But you don't have nobody that's going to snag over top. Why would you not run crossing, underneath throws, crossing? You're going against man coverage. This is simple stuff. Like if you play Madden, you know that. If you have played a down of football, you know against man coverage, against an empty look like that with no deep safety, nothing. You're just going straight up. Even with a deep safety, you run them against each other, and that's exactly what Tampa Bay did against them, where they bumped against the corners, bumped into each other. It's just frustrating, bro. It's frustrating because it's not like I want these teams to lose. It's just how can you be in the NFL and you don't get that? Check the play. I don't care, bro. I don't care what what my coach called, bro. If I see an all out blitz and I have not one crossing routes that are crossing on the field against an all out blitz where the ball has to get out quick, and I'm running verticals on a short yardage game where I can just throw it underneath. You just bump them wide receivers against each other, dude. You can run an out route and a slant. Boom. One of them bumped the cornerback. They're not gonna call it if you do it right. They're not gonna call a flag on it, and you can dump it off. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. So yes, saying all that to say that Barberry or whatever his name is, bro, he's trash. He cannot tackle. The tackling, oh my gosh, it was bad. It was bad. Like I said, the Eagles should have been a dynasty. They should have been. Even I don't care. It's my opinion. They should at least have made it to more Super Bowls, bro. You're going against Tom Brady era. I understand that, but goddamn. Detroit versus the Rams. I had the Rams winning this game. I did not believe in Detroit. I feel like they were frauds. I feel like the Rams should have won that game. They missed a couple calls. Now, again, I'm biased. I'm a Matthew Stafford fan. Been a Matthew Stafford fan since he was in Detroit because of his toughness. I like players who get hit hard and they get up. Like, as much as I didn't like Tom Brady, that's something that I just can never take away from me. His toughness and his ability to freaking Matthew Stafford is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. He is so good. He is so good, especially when it comes to playoff games and primetime games are when it's time to ball, he balls. And he was balling. Shout out to Derek Goff, man, because I was expecting a pick. I was waiting for him to throw a pick, but he never did. He played a great game. He came out there and he came out flying and he came out swinging that ball. Shout out to Derek Goff. He played a great game. I feel like the Rams could have should have won that game because there was definitely a holding call and a pass interference call and a helmet to helmet call against and roughing the passer call. It was so many calls that were missed against that game against the Rams. I mean, there was a bull. What's the name call against the Dang, they call offsides on. I believe they call offsides on a Rams defense on a fourth down, and it was actually, excuse me, they call a false start on the Lions team on a fourth down, but it actually was not a false start. It was the offsides in the Rams. So maybe that was the get back, but there was multiple calls missed throughout the game, especially when it comes to roughing the passer. And this is where my hate for Patrick Mahomes comes in. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes, but I really don't give a shit. If it's Patrick Mahomes, the flag is being thrown before the defender even touches him. But Matthew Stafford literally can get punched in the face, bruh. Can get slammed to the ground hard, helmet to helmet contact. The back of his head literally bounced off the turf. There's no flag called. So it's not that I care that the pass the it's not being called, but it's more so we need it to be more consistent, not for just one player, not for the Tom Brady's of the world, or the Mahomes of the world, for every quarterback. Don't do it. Don't do it like that. We've seen that multiple times. And if you're playing the Patriot, you know there's going to be a bullshit called. You know there's going to be some bullshit called. If you're playing against Mahomes, you know there's going to be some bullshit called. It's frustrating when it comes to the refs. It's not because I feel like the NFL does a bad job of what should be called and what shouldn't be called. It's the inconsistency. That's it. It's the inconsistency. So again, I thought that the Rams should have won that game. I mean, I feel like they had a good chance to win the game. But shout out to Detroit, bro. I mean, y'all haven't won a playoff game in what 30 years or whatnot since 1992, I believe. So what's that? 33 years or whatever the case may be. That's wonderful, man. I mean, that's wonderful. I don't mess with the Detroit fans booing Matthew Stafford, but you know I'm biased anyway, so it is what it is. Shout out to Detroit. Their offense is lethal, bro. I don't know how their defense is going to hold up, but they are playing Tampa Bay. So that's going to be an interesting game, simply because I'm going to get into that actually later. So I had the Rams win that game, but Detroit won. Good game to them. Now let's get into the game of the week. So I have a lot of people in my life that are Cowboys fans, and I'm not a Cowboy fan whatsoever. But I do tend to root for teams who get talked about negatively the most. So I was going for the Cowboys this year. I thought the Cowboys should definitely make it to the NFC Championship game, depending on who they matched up against in the divisional round. But I definitely thought they were going to win against Green Bay, a team that barely made the playoffs, that scored 17 points on the Bears, that only scored 17 on the Bears, and they come and they absolutely whoop y'all ass. It was bad. It was embarrassing. It was insane. Dak Prescott had a phenomenal year, and he gets to the playoffs, and he shits the bed. It is ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. Mike McCarthy should have been gone. He should be gone. Mike McCarthy is the Doc Rivers of the NFL. Why do I say that? Because they both have one championship and they both choke. They don't get it done. They don't. They just don't. So why are you keeping somebody like that? He's been there 3 years with at least a 12-5 record, and they have shit at the bed every year. They can't spike the ball down in time, and they get destroyed in the wild card after being a second seed in the NFC and the number one seed in their what's it called? In their what's the name? The second seed in the conference, number one seed in the division. And you get destroyed by a Green Bay Packers team that just lost one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And you look and Jordan Love's come there and they absolutely dominate. Michael Parsons, shut up. Shut up, man. Stop talking. Get in the lab, my boy. I think you had one pressure, maybe three. No QB hits. I think he had one pressure and 3 tackles. And they comparing him to Lawrence Taylor? Come on, man. Come on, man. Shut up. Gilmore getting cooked. That defense in general getting cooked. Jair Alexander cooking. There was that play where Jair Alexander gets that pick. Everybody else was open on the field. I'm gonna go to it. So y'all can just see. Everybody else was open on the field, and Dak Prescott threw it to him.
Now this is how you game day.
Everybody else, watch. I think they all do like a curl and a couple slants in the middle. I think it's 5 out, 5 wide receivers. They're trying to get a short pass on. I think it's a curl, a slant, a curl, or a slant curl across the field. Now watch. Jair's right here. He's communicating. They're in a bunch formation. Which is very hard to cover. It's only one D safety, so it's probably cover one or something like that. It looks like they're bringing pressure, but I guarantee you these dudes are gonna sag off. A motion. Let's see if they can get a good angle. Oh wait, this is not the play I'm talking about. But that was a crazy pick, though. I don't think it was Jair that got this play, but it was a 5 out. But that's still crazy. That pick is crazy. First of all, take a look at this route, though. They don't even gonna show it. Let me see if they go to the replay. Okay, look at this route, bro. This is a pathetic route by Brandon Cooks. What is that? Yeah, I mean that's not the route that you should run. All right, come on. That's not a that's the most unconvincing route I ever seen. Look at that route. Look at that catch. That's basically one-handed. That shit was beautiful. Oh shit. My fault. I'm sorry. I'm just loving this pick, bro. It was just beautiful, but that's not the one I was talking about. Let's see. It was like a 5 out. I'm sorry. If I can't find out the this, I'm just gonna get off of it. Wait, this is at the end of the game. This is the perfect, bro. If I can find this, okay. This might be the play. Let's see. They look like they're in cover two. Nah, it was man coverage. Yeah, that's not it. Here we go. Okay, I'm sorry. So it's not 5 out. It wasn't empty. It's 1, 2. Let me full screen real quick. Wait, I don't think I can see it if I full screen it. My fault. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 4 people. This is not the play. See, it's 5. Yes. Okay. No, there is 4. Okay. It's gonna be like a curl here, a slant, and then another slant right here, or something like that. But look how the safeties are playing back. It's covered. It looks like a cover 2. What, bro? Watch how the DB fakes like he's going to go inside and then comes back, or either gonna pick up on this man and then comes back over here. Just watch. It's beautiful. Okay, I think it's either this guy or that guy. Okay, before Dak Prescott though, look at this right here. Open, open. Yeah, yeah. Y'all can see my mouse. Open, open. This guy's kind of in there, but it's 3 people right here. You could have easily threw it right here or right here. The line, the game is right here. You're just focusing on one person. That's not even stuff that Dak Prescott has been doing the whole year. That's what I'm talking about. It's like coming to the playoff time, he just freezes. That's what I'm talking about. There's open receivers. Go through your progressions. Why are you just forcing it to the first man? You get baited, man, by a Green Bay defense that has not been good all year. And he just throws it right to the DB. The DB is watching the whole way. He literally comes up. Look how bro, that's beautiful. I love good DB work. I get hyped about this. But look at him right here. I don't even know who that is. But look at him right here. Look how he comes up and he baits him and picks up on this man. And it's like what you would do in Madden. If you're in Madden and you're playing that linebacker and you see there's like double slant, something like that, or one person's going vertical, the other dude on the other side of the field is going slant, You're gonna play that vertical and immediately jump down, try to pick off that slant. I'm not the best at man, but that's just simple stuff. Look how he baits him. He creeps up. He creeps up. He's looking at the quarterback. He's looking dead at the quarterback, and he's locked in on him. He's locked in. Dak Prescott already knew he was throwing to before the ball even snapped. That's bad, in my opinion. In my opinion, look at that cut. He immediately cuts. Now, if he was just a little bit patient, he would have had this receiver. He would have had this receiver on the curl. If he just moved his head, his big ass head, Bink, come here, just jumps it. Beautiful work. But I mean, that's just the thing I'm talking about. I'm sorry it took me so long to find that, but that's just I'm talking about when it comes to how the Dallas shit the bed, how the Cowboys shit the bed every time they get to the playoffs. They suck. It's trash. Jerry Jones needs to stop talking. He does. He's old. He needs to stop. He needs to give up his ability. You should have went to get a Brable or there's so many good coaches open right now, and this is the year where you decide to hold on to somebody that just shit the bed. They go up 27-0 or 27-3 in the first half. Immediately come out the halftime and score. That's all I have to say, man, about that. It's devastating, bruh. It's devastating. It really is because they have enough. They've been had enough to make it. You don't even go to the NFC Championship, bro. It's been 28 years. 28 years. Dak Prescott is responsible. Mike McCarthy is responsible. And Dan Quinn. Trash. Terrible game plan. Terrible preparation. And terrible ass execution, bro. And that's why you get kicked out by a Green Bay team who has been average as best all year. And you allow them to come to Dallas, Dallas have not lost in their home stadium since week 1 of last year against the Bucks. And you shit the bed. Let him go. It's so frustrating, bro. I could talk about this shit all day because it's like you don't. It's funny and it's entertaining and it makes me laugh that they lose. But at the end of the day, if you take a look and you look at it, right? You actually look at it. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Let Mike McCarthy go. That nigga sucks. He sucks. Let him go. All right, let's get into this game that's gonna start. Baltimore versus Houston. Houston. So, like, y'all know I'm a Texans fan. And my God, I'll be damned if I root against my Texans, bro. But damn, I gotta be accurate. Now, I think it's gonna be a closer game than everybody expects, but I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens, unfortunately, because I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. I really am. It's so hard because I think the Texans can win this game. And I love C.J. Stroud. I love D'Amico Ryan. I love what they both have done for this organization because a year ago we was in the gutter. I was depressed last year when it came to this team, bro. For real, y'all don't, man. If you're not a Texas fan, you do not understand. Unless you have a sorry ass organization that you root for too, bro, it's depressing. Like the stuff that we have been through. I've been watching the Texas fans probably since the Texans played since probably 2006. I was born in 2001, so probably I was 5 years old. I remember having an Andre Johnson jersey when I was like 11, 10. I played little league football and stuff, so like I was always focused on, you know what I'm saying. The Texans, that was my team. Arian Foster, J.J. Watt, Andre Johnson, Matt Schaub, sorry ass, Case Keenum, sorry ass, uh, uh, not David Carr, trash ass. No offense, I like David Carr, but damn, he was sorry. He was sorry. Matt Schaub was trash. Matt Schaub brought a lot of pain to my heart, man. A lot of fucking pain, bro. Man, thinking about Matt Schaub, I just want to slap that, bro. And there was people that didn't want to get rid of him. I just don't get it, bro. Bill O'Brien, trash. Gary Kubiak left our team, bro. At some point, we had Gary Kubiak, we had Kyle Shanahan, and we had Mike McDaniels. Kyle Shanahan was the wide receiver coach. Gary Kubiak was the head coach, and I don't know what Mike McDaniels was doing, but we had them three coaches on our team, and we didn't do anything. Brian Cushing, Jonathan Joseph, What was his name? I met old boy before. What was his name? What was his name? It was a DB or a safety, and he had left and he went to the Jaguars. He played with us for a couple years, but he had fractured his collarbone, and I met him before. And he was playing football. I mean, he wasn't playing football. He was by my house, and I threw the football with him. I actually met him before. That's actually the crazy thing about it. And I can't remember his name. I feel like it was like Boyd or something, but I can't remember his name right now. It's just how it is. But anyways, yeah, I've been through pain, man. And if the Texans win this game, let me know, bro. I might, bro. It's gonna be hard for me to contain myself. Lamar Jackson needs to win though, and I say this because that his history in college and in NFL in playoffs has been terrible. There's no excuses here though. In previous year, he was kind of banged up. He had no quote unquote. He had no wide receivers. I understand that, but he has everything he needs now. This has been known as the number one team in the NFL since they spanked the 49ers. There's no excuse. You have to go to the NFC Championship, and you probably should win that too. So I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans, man. Now, after all I've been through in years and years, my bias it just cannot be contained. I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans. The Baltimore Ravens should win, but I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans. I'm thinking like a 28-24 affair. If we beat them, it's gonna be a 20. It's gonna be the last drive. The CJ Stroud has the ball in his hands, and we cook that defense. That defense is really, really good. I can't take nothing away from them, but we did dominated number one defense ranked the number one ranked defense in the league last week. So I'm gonna go with the Texans, 28-24. Now this game has a lot of anxiousness, more than the Texans, because the Texans lose, we expected that, but if the Texans win, it's gonna be great. So I'm just trying to keep it even air. But the Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills, and I think Josh Allen. I don't want to speak on it too much because when I speak on shit, it never comes to really true. But I need Josh Allen to ball out, bro. I'm so tired of all the smack talk that gets talked about him. This dude led the league in total touchdowns this year. This dude brought a team from 6-6. As soon as they fired that offensive coordinator, they finished at least 11-6. Come on now, come on now. A five straight to take the number one seed in their division, bro. Come on and beat Miami at Miami and dominate that second half of that game. He should have been in the first half, more so the first quarter, but he dominated and he ended it out strong. And he has the most total touchdowns in the league. He's cooking. He has been cooking. He's a great quarterback. He's better than he has had a better year than Mahomes this season. I will stand on that. And that's unbiased aside. He has had the best. Other than I'll put Dak Prescott season wise, regular season wise, and Lamar Jackson over there because Lamar Jackson had a number one team and he had a great game against Miami. But Josh Allen's the best quarterback in football. And I believe that because I've seen him go 9-0, 9 TD, 0 interceptions in the playoff run, and it wasn't for that stupid overtime rule. You don't know what could have happened. And if that defense could have done something against Kansas City Chiefs the last time they had, I mean, not the last time. Well, yeah, I believe it was the last time they played. It wasn't Lamar Jackson's fault. I mean, not Lamar Jackson. It wasn't Josh Allen's fault they lost. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs have a really, really good defense, but sure, so do the Buffalo Bills. So it's going to be a good game. And I can't wait for these two legends to not like to dug it out. Like as much, I never say that Patrick Mahomes is not one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen throw the football because I can't. I saw this man in a Super Bowl down, body horizontal to the ground, throwing a ball 49 years underhand, 40 yards down the field underhand, bruh. He's phenomenal. I don't like Patrick Mahomes because the last time they played and the Buffalo Bills won, he was like, oh, y'all got lucky. That was the worst call I ever seen. To Josh Allen, bro. Like, they don't have nothing to do with Josh Allen. I don't like people who do that. Say good game and move on about your business. Complain in the press conference or do whatever. He's just been looking like a baby to me. And he gets all the calls. So I don't care, bro. And anybody who's saying that slide by Josh Allen last week was a fake slide, bro. I want to tell you, I want to tell you to kill yourself, but don't kill yourself. But like, come on, bro. Let's be real. So I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills. I think it's Josh Allen year. I really think they can go all the way, and I think Josh Allen gonna ball. So I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't be surprised if it went anyway though. Okay, Detroit versus Tampa Bay. I think Detroit is gonna win. It'll be interesting to see how Jared Goff handles that Todd Bowles defense. My bad, y'all. I'm feeling congested right now. It'll be interesting to see how Detroit handles that defense because that defense is good. Defense is good. They got, I mean, any team with Vita Vea on it, man, that's tough. That's a big boy, and that dude moves. That boy is quick, fast. He's athletic, and he's big. But ultimately, I think Detroit should win. And this San Francisco 49ers versus Green Bay game will be a lot better than people. This is probably gonna be these two right here are my favorite games of the week. And this is because Kyle Shanahan is going against Mike, not Mike McDaniels, LaFleur. Excuse me. Is it Mike McDaniels and LaFleur? Hold on. I'm trying to see something quick because I believe maybe it was LaFleur on the Texans. He was an assistant coach on the Houston Texans, yeah. But what's the name? LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan, they have beef, bro. They have real life beef. They be beefing, so I'm gonna be happy to see. I think they're both gonna come with their A game. San Francisco should win a game simply because of the talent that they do have, and Green Bay's. I don't know if Green Bay's gonna be able to recreate defensively what they did against the Dallas Cowboys, but I do think it's gonna be a closer game than people expecting. I expect it to be like a 32 to 24 type of game. You know what I mean? But San Francisco is ultimately gonna win in my eyes because there's no way that they don't. But Kyle Shanahan is known for blowing leads. Let's take back to Atlanta. Let's take it back last time San Francisco been to the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes. And there's a lot of choking going on, pause, with Kyle Shanahan. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a great game. But I think that San Francisco is going to pull it out. So let's recap. Baltimore versus Houston. I'm hoping for Houston, but Baltimore could win. I can't give a solid answer for that. I mean, I just can't go against them Houston Texans right now. I'm going to go Houston. Lock it in, baby. Kansas City versus Buffalo. I'm going to go Buffalo. Lock it in, baby. Detroit versus Tampa Bay. I'm going Detroit. And San Francisco versus Green Bay. I'm going San Francisco. So if this plays out, it'll be Houston versus Buffalo, AFC Championship, and then Green Bay versus Detroit. San Francisco versus Detroit. Man, if Green Bay and Detroit play in an NFC Championship game, that would be legendary. That would be so fucking cool, man. I would love to see that, but I doubt it would happen. But San Francisco versus Detroit, the two best teams in the NFC right now, for sure. The two best teams duking it out. Man, if Houston beats Baltimore, bro, God, I love football. Look, they gonna be on Lamar Jackson's ass. Oh my God. They shouldn't lose, man, but it's gonna be a good game. And all right, so it's about 3 p.m. and I'm gonna go get ready, take a shower and stuff, and get ready to watch this game. So, man, if anybody has tuned in this far, I really appreciate it, man. Go ahead, if you want to drop a like. Excuse me, drop a like and let me know. Let me know how you feel about what I'm saying. I do this for just to talk. This is simply how I would talk to any one of my other friends, bro. I'm not no NFL or NBA, you know what I'm saying, real life analyst or something like that. Like don't take what I'm saying seriously, bro. I watch the games for fun. I do tune in. I do have some type of knowledge about the game when it comes to personnel and when it comes to cover 3, cover 1, like simple stuff like reading the defense or knowing personnel on offense, like 12 personnel, 22 personnel, all that type of stuff. Anyways, I'm not serious about this, okay? I'm serious about it because I like it, but serious in the sense of I know everything what that has to do with football. I have played football to the college or level, or I have coached football anyway. Man, bro, I'm 22 years old. I'm just playing around, and I'm just recording this video because I like to. Anywho, if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down if you want me to talk about anything else in the next video that I'll be making. Who knows when that's going to be? I do this so sporadically, but I appreciate it. I love y'all. Goodbye.